Hi everyone, Fanita here. How is everybody? Happy Valentine's Day. I have a special guest today. We have Casey from Geisha Treasures on today. And hang on a second. I want to make sure I have everything muted. Give me a second, guys. I am gonna go ahead and let's see here. Treasures. Okay, you're presenting. Casey, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. As Anita stated, my name is Casey. I am
Happy
of the...
presenting.
Huh?
Got it.
Okay. I own the channel Geisha Treasures. I do jewelry videos. I do some auctions. I primarily do the auctions on April's channel, which is Boujee Bear Vintage. But if you go to my channel, you'll notice that everything is gone. I did delete everything and restarted my channel. I do have some ideas that I want to do, which tonight I will be uploading a tutorial video about Excel. So I'm super excited about that.
Okay, as you guys know, today is Valentine's Day. So what we're going to do is ask a few questions, but we're going to start off by asking Casey about how he got started into reselling.
How I got started in reselling. Well, I can't say that I was kind of thrown into it. I was kind of dragged into it. Bless her heart. April saw that I was in a very bad spot with working from home, and I'd gone through, working for Apple and all other, tech support companies.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how many people know this, but I do live at home. I take care of my mom and my grandmother. So between, trying to hold down a 9-to-5 job where I have to sit in front of a computer every day and then taking them to their doctor's appointments or, even worrying if one of them falls, it just got to be too much. So April was like, well, come do what I do. She was like, come sell jewelry. And I was like, I don't think I can do that. And she was like, you'll be great. So I've always sat by and, in the background, watched her auctions. I would be at her house while she would be having one, or, when she was on with Tanya and Angie, and even the ones that she would do with Cindy, I would be in the background, and just saying, hey, everybody. And, so I do feel like I was in it before I was even in it,
Yes, definitely. Okay, so okay. I don't know why I'm having trouble with the chat today. Okay, let's say hi to a few people who's here. We have Francis, Kathleen, Adina, Danielle. We have Darlene. Hi, Darlene. How are you? Darlene is Casey's mom. We have Francis, Angie, Tally's Closet. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're happy to have you here. Okay, and let's see what we have for number 2. Okay, Casey, as far as reselling goes, do you do that part-time or full-time?
Well, right now, I guess you could say it would be full-time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any other job at the moment that I do, but I honestly don't do as much of the jewelry as what I would like. I'm trying to get up to a spot where, I'm up there like you and Carla and, all of these people who it's like every time you turn around, there's a jewelry video. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, all this jewelry. I would love to, to have that much and just, have that much content on jewelry. But it's almost like it's pretty much just become auctions right now, which is fine. Auctions are fun, but I do want to grow to where I have, more than just my Etsy. I want to be able to have, an eBay store and, I have a Poshmark store, but it's a little baby.
Oh, so what platforms do you sell on? You have you said you have a Poshmark store. Is that all, or you sell in other platforms?
I have Etsy, which is the primary one, and I have Poshmark, which has probably about 10 items in it. But I would like to, get 100 in my my Etsy, and then 100 in my Poshmark, and then, you know, move on to eBay of selling stuff that's not just jewelry.
Okay. I've realized, like with my platforms, that the more you put in, you know how they say you need to water things for it to grow. The more things that I put into it, the more items that I list, I've realized that I'm having more sales in those areas. Like my Poshmark is totally dead right now. My Poshmark is like, I don't know if it's everybody if it's because I'm not listing enough items, or if it's because I don't have or because I'm not, you know, sharing things, because I know that you're supposed to share things there. And then I don't know what Thelma was saying the other day, of having some kind of like share blast or something where you do like a whole, right, like one after another, one after another. I don't do any of those things. So maybe that's why it's not working for me right now. I'm doing basically the more I'm putting more effort into the Etsy. And I know you can't really sell everything on Etsy. They need to be vintage items or handmade items. But you know, that's working well for me. Hopefully you can try to like do more of the Etsy thing, because you know their fees are very low, and it's very, you know, that's what's working for me.
Yeah, and that's one thing that April
Mhm.
has really been driving me to do, is get up to 100 listings. She said once
Yes.
you hit about that 100 mark, you'll notice that you're getting more sales and more views per day.
Mhm.
Um, my thing is I've just got to get 100 items.
And then it's very hard, you know, we say that we're going to do 100, we're going to do 100, we're going to list 10 a day. But, you know, the whole listing process is very like, it's a long process. You have to go take very nice pictures, find great descriptions. And then, you know how they say the picture and then also the description can sell or break or make or break, you know, the sale. Well, you need to do all those things. You need to make sure that your listing is, you know, somewhat perfect before you put it up, and all of this takes time. And you know, I don't really have much of it, but I do know that it takes a lot of time. Is there anybody that helps you with your work, as far as your you know, your channel and your selling goes? Does anybody help you? My dad really totally helps me with everything, and I was wondering if anyone helps you.
You know, April helps me a
Mhm.
lot.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's times that we'll do kind of like what we're doing, not live, but we'll be on Facebook Messenger, and you know, she'll show me some items that she just recently got, and you know, if there's something that I won from eBay, I'll hold it up and be like, help me describe this, and you know, she
Mhm.
helps me quite a bit with not only the descriptions, but she's actually given me a ton of
Mhm.
the stuff that I started with.
Yes.
And then mom, of course, she's my
Yes.
Vanna White. Not
Yes.
right now, because she's broken right now.
Mhm.
But she's recently started to display my jewelry for me.
Mhm.
So, she helps me in that aspect.
That's great. Yeah, I know when parents help, it's really it does count for a lot. My dad does most of my sourcing. I know he doesn't really do the listings because he doesn't know how to use the cell phone or a computer. But he does know, like he has a really good eye. He goes and picks up all, you know, a lot of items from garage sales and thrift stores, and every time he sees a jar, it'll be here. But yeah, having family help really does help out. I want to say hi to Nishana, and my sister's in there saying that I'm not saying hi to her. Hi, RP. Hi, RP. Hi, Sue, Francis, everybody else who joined. Thank you very much. If I missed anyone, sorry for that. But we're trying to, you know, get the chat as well. Let's see here. Okay. So also, I'm very curious. How did you choose your channel name, Geisha Treasures? Is that, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When it came to my channel name, that was something that April and I, sat here, not here particularly, we were at her house,
Mm-hmm.
um, trying to figure out names that reflected what I wanted to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted it to be something that was reflective, but not something that was so, niche and would kind of put me
Mm-hmm.
into a bubble, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Um, I love everything Oriental. Um, jewelry. I love the art, and um, hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
puppy. Um, so, when it came to geisha treasures, again, I love everything Oriental.
Yes.
But the geisha part, of course, Oriental, but the treasures, I wanted it to be something that wasn't necessarily just straight Asian
Yeah.
inspired, because I do sell more than just Asian stuff.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Where is this something like as far as reselling goes? Is this something you see yourself doing in the next 2 years?
Oh yeah. I do want to. I really debated on this for a long time, whether or not I wanted to get another full-time job. But I feel like at this point, I do need one to grow my actual business to where I want it to be. Because right now it is growing, but it's growing at such a small pace. So, I figured maybe getting, another job and working for maybe 6 months and see where that puts me as far as my business. But
Yeah.
this is something that, I enjoy doing.
Yes. It's fun.
Not just for the selling, but, for the social aspect of it.
Yes. It's very fun. I totally enjoy like my channel and the selling and the jewelry. It's very exciting and fun for me. And right now, I don't see myself going to a full-time job. If you don't mind me asking, what did you do before you became a full-time reseller? What did you do before this?
My background is primarily in like sales and technical support, but the job that I worked for literally immediately before I started reselling, I was working for Apple.
Apple? Okay, I see. Yeah. I was working in different hospitals. I was an ultrasound tech. I really do not see myself doing that right now or even in the future. Because it's like a 9 to 5 with the kids and with everything going on. It's too much. I can't imagine right now being somewhere where I can commit to going getting up in the morning, going there and coming back at 5 o'clock and doing it like every day. You get so used to being at your own pace, doing your own thing, basically being your own boss, that you don't want somebody bossing over you anymore.
The majority of people in power now, as I've realized, especially through working from home, people that are in power don't necessarily need to be in power.
Right. Okay, we have let's see, we have a few more people in here. Hey, hi, we have let's see, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Okay, we're gonna wait till towards the end, and then we'll ask questions. But since today is Valentine's Day, I really love Valentine's Day, not because I have anybody in my life, but but because I enjoy the hearts and the whole Valentine thing. It's really fun for me. I wanted to ask Casey, what does Valentine's Day mean to you?
What does Valentine's Day mean to me?
Yeah.
It used to mean, getting cards and getting chocolate and, all of that stuff. But the older I get, the more I realize that me as a person, I've never had a Valentine's date. I've never, had a Valentine or anything like that. And, it's really hard to explain because I feel like, for a long time, I've wanted so desperately for people to like me that, and be like, oh, I would love to have a Valentine's date, and all this other stuff that, I've neglected to like myself in that aspect. Like, people put such a negative spin on being single on Valentine's Day, like, oh, poor you, I'm so sorry, and all this other stuff. What's so bad about being single on Valentine's Day? Love yourself. I mean, treat yourself. If you want that chocolate, you don't have to share with anybody.
Exactly. You can get your own chocolate, right? Oh, I know. I mean, for me, it's just like Valentine's Day. It's just like any other holiday. It's just a regular holiday for me where it's just fixated on hearts and chocolates, which we can obviously do for ourselves. And because I love, I love hearts, and I love decorating for Valentine's Day. Other than that, for me, it's a regular regular day as well. And let's see. What is your favorite love song?
My favorite love song, I'm gonna say I have two of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, the first one would be Keaton Henson's song called "You," and
Hmm.
it's a somber love song. It's to me, it reflects the sad aspect of love, like
Yeah.
what you would do for somebody and what you would go through for someone to show them that you love them. And then
Hmm.
the other one would be, oh gosh, "What'll I Do" by Irving Berlin.
Hmm. I know. Well, mine is it's "Come Undone" by Duran Duran. I don't know if I want to call that a Valentine's Day love song, but that's what I listen to on Valentine's Day. But yeah, I don't really like. Yeah, I would say I've been single for right now. I don't even know. I don't. It's too many years to count. But I do really enjoy it, and I do, do my decorations for it. I get my own chocolates. I always wear red. But yeah. So let's see. Okay, if you had to choose between chocolates and flowers, what would you choose?
You know, I actually kind of labored over this question.
Mhm.
If I had to choose between flowers or chocolate, I like chocolate, but I also
Mhm.
like flowers,
Mhm.
and then I like chocolate flowers. So,
Yeah, we'll compromise in between chocolate flowers.
I mean, if you've never had, they're like little blossoms, and they've got the different type of
Uh-huh.
flavored chocolate. Like my grandmother got some from Belgium,
Uh-huh.
like God, years ago, but it was this pretty orange that you just peeled, and it tasted like an orange, but it also tasted like chocolate. And I'm just like, this is awesome.
Wow. Yeah. Well, what's your like? What would you say is your favorite chocolate brand?
My favorite chocolate brand,
Mhm.
I like Godiva,
Me too.
but I like it's the just not all of the Ghirardelli, but it's one specific one, and it's the dark chocolate with the chili in it.
Chili.
It's
Hmm.
so good.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm getting hungry talking about all this chocolate. What about like flowers? You said you like flowers too. What would you say is your favorite flower?
I like orchids. I don't necessarily like receiving
Uh-huh.
flowers per se because,
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm a firm believer that they belong outside. But
Yeah.
um, I love to give flowers sometimes, and it
Hmm.
really just depends on the person's preference. But if I could give flowers to someone and they don't care what kind it is, it's always orchids.
Hmm. Orchids, yeah. Mine, I really love pink flowers, and I also love it when when you get flowers in a potted plant, which you can plant somewhere. You're right about the cut flowers. I feel bad because when you get flowers like that, you're like, oh no, in a couple of days it's gonna go, they're gonna die, poor things. But yeah, potted. I think it's a good idea to get when you're getting flowers to also keep in mind that these flowers do come potted. And that way they can either put it in their garden or they can they can continue to grow. And let's see what do we have here. What would be your perfect Valentine's gift?
Oh, honestly, like if I was in a relationship,
Hmm.
the perfect Valentine's Day gift would be leave me alone and let me sleep. You know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke. I love sleep. I'm a
Yeah.
very lazy person, and everyone knows that I can take 3 naps a day and still be in bed by 8 o'clock. It's what keeps me beautiful.
Yeah.
But I would love, for someone to say, "Okay, I'm gonna just let him sleep. I'm gonna go to the store and get
Yeah.
yours," and then wake up at 10 p.m. and be like, "Oh, all the housework's done. Okay, I'm going back to bed."
That would be perfect. That would be a perfect Valentine's Day. Hand over the flowers and chocolates and leave me.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I could say that's a good one for me too. For me, it would just be I really don't like going out too much as far as going to extravagant restaurants and the getting diamonds and things like that. For me, just a box of chocolates, some flowers, and a movie and staying home would be perfect.
Right.
But as you know, I'm single too. So we're just getting the chocolate and the flowers for ourselves, that is. Okay. Do you decorate for Valentine's Day?
No, and there's a reason I don't decorate for any holiday.
Uh-huh.
It's not anything religious or anything like that. I believe that decorations are gorgeous,
Hmm.
but I have a specific way that I like things set up,
Hmm.
and I have everything, set out in such a way that is appealing to me, that when I have to start moving stuff and start adding decorations and all of that, it becomes too busy for
Uh-huh.
me to find it visually appealing. So I can't have anything like that in my house.
Hmm. Okay, and I know that for me, when it comes to being a reseller, seeing my friends and things like that have become really difficult for me. Does being a reseller get in the way of you meeting people?
Actually, no, because, and
Hmm.
I'm going to say it like this:
Hmm.
when I did work a 9 to 5 job, it kept me so tightly wound up that
Hmm.
all I would do was go to bed when I would get off work.
Oh.
So, April, she'll come and pick me up, and we'll go thrifting and all this other stuff. And it does give me time throughout the day that if I ever did want to go on a date, that I would have that time, set aside for myself. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't have to say, oh, well, I get off work at 8. What's your work schedule? I can work. I'm more
Yeah.
freely able to work around people's schedules.
Okay, I see. And would you say and I guess you already answered this. I was going to ask, do you associate with your friends less or more now that you're a reseller? So it's more now.
I would say more now, which the only friend that I
Mhm.
really associate with is April,
Okay.
which she is my best friend, so it's not a bad thing.
Uh-huh.
But the majority of my friends actually moved away, so they're states away, and I really don't talk to them,
Mhm.
often. And
Mhm.
even though April doesn't live, but I mean, she doesn't live. She used to live like 10 minutes away from me, and I'd see her almost every day. But now I see her sometimes every weekend, sometimes every other weekend. So it's still good. And the fact that she is a reseller as well, we
Mhm.
get to have that reselling bonding time. To
Yeah.
go out thrifting and all of that stuff. So it's always fun.
So you would say April is your best friend then.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. And April, guys, is Bougie Bear Vintage, who also has a channel. She's in the chat. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. I also have Casey's channel plugged into the description. If you haven't, please go support his channel as well. I want to see if anybody has. Does anybody have any questions for Casey? Please go ahead and ask now before we ask him about talking a little bit about his auctions. So let's see. Hey, Todd. We have Todd and RP, Misha, April, Velvet. Thank you for being here, everyone. We're looking to see if anyone has any questions for Casey, or if we missed any. Let's see. Um, Let me check here. I know my sister was complaining about something in there. Oh, April says I do see him more now than before. And my sister's telling me to put a headpiece on. Okay. Okay. So go ahead and if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat while Casey does tell us a little bit about your auctions. Oh, hang on. It says, ask Casey if they sell Mama Creations online or just auctions. Oh, I think they're talking about the
The
dream
dream.
catchers. Yeah.
Yeah. As of right now, they are just sold in auctions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mama and haven't sat down and really discussed how she wanted to do it. I think it was my first, or it may have been my second MSP auction. She was like, well, here, add some of these dream catchers and just see how they do. And, they did well. And then it just ended up being, okay, well, I'm making some, dream catchers for the next auction.
Mm-hmm.
So, I haven't discussed with her if she would like to try to put them in a store and like maybe my Etsy store and see how well they sell. And if they don't, then, you know, we may be able to take them down and put them in the MSP
Yeah,
auction.
we always have MSP. Yeah.
Yeah. So that may be something that we actually look into, Misha. And I'd never really thought about it before.
Yeah, that's an idea. You might want to go ahead and put a couple of them up and see how they do. And MSP is Mothership Products Auctions, which they have auctions every Saturday. And please go ahead and go ahead and look at their channel as well. I know that Casey does a lot of auctions there. I myself am thinking about doing one in the next month, hopefully, and we'll see how that goes. And somebody was asking who your favorite actor or actress is.
My favorite actress or actor that I associate with, you know, I would have to say my favorite actor would be Taylor Lautner, and that's just because I want to date him. You know, one day he's going to wake up and be like, I love that gay dude from the South. I don't know why I never realized it before, and then he's going to come to me. But my favorite actress, ooh, I don't know. I can't say that I have a favorite actress per se, but I do have a favorite female character, and that's Blanche Devereaux. And I
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I think Blanche is everybody's favorite. And yeah, my favorite actress is Sharon Stone. I don't know about actors. Actors. I don't really have a favorite. There's like there's a few of them that I really like watching. But as far as favorite, I don't. But my favorite actress is Sharon Stone. And Blanche, definitely. Everyone's writing Golden Girls. Yes, we love Golden Girls. My chickens are named after them. We should name the chickens after them. Okay. They are handmade, so they can be. Yes, Nishana, he's going to ask his grandma if she does want to do that. And hopefully, when you do if you do decide to put them in Etsy, go ahead and put them up in our group, in different groups, so people will know that they are up. And let's see, I'm with Team Jacob. Okay, it's Team Jacob from Twilight.
Yes, that was
yeah.
was, you know, Taylor Lautner. Oh,
yeah. There you go. You guys confirmed one of my favorite actors then.
That boy can boil water.
Yeah. Okay. Sold. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and then talk about your auctions. Do you have them on specific days, or do you just do them randomly? How do you do your auctions?
Well, my auctions, you know, I kind of I ended up piggybacking off of April, so she and I share auction dates now. So Cindy has hers on one Monday, and then we have ours on the next Monday. Like this Monday coming up, April will be having oh
thank you.
Like that name though. Okay.
I wonder who that was for.
I just kind of lost my train of thought, you know, by someone's name.
That's hilarious. Okay.
So I think this coming Monday, April is having an auction, and then the following Monday it'll be Cindy. So it's on rotating Mondays that we have them.
So rotating Mondays, and is there a specific time so people will know in the chat?
Typically about 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. So guys, keep that in mind, that it's rotating every other Monday, and he will put the time in at, well, go ahead and I did plug his channel in. Go ahead and support his channel. That way you'll get the notifications. And also go to Boujee Bear Vintage, because as far as I know, one time you do on her channel and once you do on yours, right? Okay, so you'll have to be on both channels to get the notification. Don't forget to hit the bell. Apparently, the bell is very important. If you don't hit the bell, you know, this is where they say, ring my bell, that song. You need to ring the bell So you'll be able to get notified for auctions and videos that are being loaded up, or else you're not going to get anything. I've missed a lot of videos by not hitting the bell. Let's see here. Just Sandy is live too. We can follow you guys together. Okay. Well, we'll always have awesome stuff. Let's see here. Dorothy is the meanest, and they are goldish red colors. So that's Dorothy's the meanest. I actually like Dorothy. Yeah, she is the meanest. She's
And
fun.
everyone knows that I watch the Golden Girls
Oh,
every
yeah.
day. I
Me
have
too.
literally watched the show from start to
Yeah.
finish about 50 times. And um, when everyone says that Dorothy's the meanest, it makes me feel bad because Sophia is actually the meanest, and I would have put her in a home too, because it was like the episode where Dorothy's sister Gloria was flat broke, and Sophia was like, "Don't make fun of your sister," and she was like,
Yeah.
Dorothy said, "Well, maybe I'll get you out and show you some men," and then Sophia was laughing at her and be like, "How are you showing her men?" And I'm just like, "Look, y'all treat her so badly.
Yeah.
I would have smothered you in your sleep."
Yeah, I know. I've seen that episode. What about the episode where she actually told Dorothy that about Stan, that why can't her sister have him?
Exactly.
Oh my God, yeah, they have some funny episodes. If you guys haven't watched, go ahead and watch the Golden Girls. Also, they're hilarious. Is there any other like sitcoms that you like to watch besides the Golden Girls?
Sitcoms, I used to watch I Love Lucy. Mom said even when I was really young that she would hear me in the middle of the night dying laughing watching that show when I should be asleep.
Yeah.
There was The Nanny. I grew up on The Nanny, Designing Women.
Mhm.
Um, what was the other one? I think it was, what was it, Mama's Family?
Mhm. Yeah, Mama's Family.
Other sitcoms, The Facts of Life. I loved The Facts of
Mhm.
Life. But
Mhm.
those were really the only sitcoms that I can remember ever really watching.
Mhm. What about now? What do you watch now, as far as the new shows that are on?
New shows, I
Mhm.
watch The Gifted, which
Mhm.
is about, the mutants and the superpowers. The Runaways, which is about the same.
Mhm.
Um, oh gosh, I love American Horror Story.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people that watch that.
Empire, I do. I really do like Empire.
Mhm. I right now I'm watching This Is Us. I don't know if you've seen that one. This Is Us. It's so
I
good.
not watched
I
it.
can't wait. I can't wait every week for the new one to come to show. But I do watch that one, and let's see what else. I watched Frankie and Grace, or is it Grace and Frankie? I
Yes,
love that.
I
I cannot
missed that
wait.
one. Grace and
Yeah.
Frankie is like the funniest show. I know that she has a bad rap, but Jane Fonda is hilarious, and
Yeah.
Lily Tomlin,
Yeah.
she's such a gem. I just love her.
I love them both, and then them both being on one show, it's like hilarious.
They really do have such a great acting relationship that it's so natural.
Mm-hmm. It says, no, Misha, your role today. Okay. What about Marvelous and Miss Maisel? I've never heard of that
I
one.
haven't either.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one. We're going to move in together and be. My sister's asking you that you should be moving in together and be the Golden Girls.
I'm perfectly fine with that as long as I can be Blanche and not have to be Dorothy. No one wants to play Dorothy.
No, no one. Mm-mm. But yeah, and I actually, there's some episodes where they think she sings really good. I think she sings terrible.
Yeah. Um,
I don't
and
know why they think she sings good.
it's
But
to me personally, I
mhm,
think it's all a matter of like style because I love that gruffness
mhm,
in her voice.
yeah,
It reminds me a lot of when you hear like Patsy Cline singing a lot of her emotional songs.
yeah,
And she has that earth-worn voice, and it makes her sound so
mhm,
much more emotional. And the same with Judy Garland. She's got that roughness in her voice too. But yes, B. Arthur,
Mhm.
it's, I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's
I like it. I'm one of the few that
yeah.
do that likes her
It
voice.
is different. It is different. Yeah, it's different. And yeah, I love that episode where she was in the bar and everyone was, giving her attention, and Blanche
Oh
was
yeah.
on the sidelines. That was one of my favorite episodes too. And my sister is saying that I can be the old lady.
Oh, that's
Okay, you want me to be Sophia then, huh?
you can be
And
Rose.
yeah, and then I got this necklace here from Casey. It's the Christian Dior heart. I love this.
Oh, I thought that looked familiar, but I wasn't sure if it was the Dior, if it was that sterling silver puffy heart you
Yeah,
had.
it's the Dior. I really love this one. He does have a lot of great items. Don't miss out on the auctions. Go ahead and I did plug his channel in there for you guys. This one, he was doing an MSP auction with this one. Was this the MSP one? Yeah. This
Yes.
was the MSP one. He does do quite a few MSP auctions as well, so don't miss out on those. And I want to let everybody. I want you to talk about a little bit about your Facebook group, Walking with God. Can you tell us a little bit about that too?
Yeah. So, um, it was about last year. I would say probably about the summertime when when I decided to start that up. Um, all growing up until I was about 16 years old, I
Mhm.
was really big in the church, really active, and all of that. And then some things happened when I had turned 16 that left me really jaded about the way the church treats people.
Yeah.
So I stopped going to church for a long time. Stopped praying. I hadn't completely lost my faith. I just chose to put it aside. And I did my own thing. It was self-destructive and all kind of stuff. But it come to a point to where I was waking up every day at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was like clockwork. It didn't matter when I went to bed. At 3 a.m. on the dot, I would wake up, and this
Mhm.
happened for months on end, every single day.
Mhm.
And my friend Gina, she told me, she said, she said, "Have you ever thought about asking God why?" She said, "God will wake you up in the middle of the night if he has something to say to you." She said, "It's your job to ask him what's
True.
up." So,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
I ended up, walking on our back deck. It was in the middle of the rain. It got to be that serious that I was outside smoking a cigarette, talking to God in the rain at 3 a.m.
Mhm.
And he put it on my heart to start reading the Bible. And that very morning when Mom woke up, I told her, I said, "Mom, how would you feel about reading the Bible with me?" And she was like, "I would love that," because neither one of us, go to church anymore. Um, and so I started the Walking with God group to post, inspirational stuff to, you
Mhm.
know, show people that you don't have to go to church to know God. And that if you have been mistreated in church, you don't have to let that be, the basis of your relationship with God. So that's essentially why we started the Walking with God group, and then it grew into me reading the Bible on YouTube, and which just recently I separated my jewelry and my Bible reading into two separate channels, which the Bible study channel is not the Walking with God, that's the Facebook, but the Porch Church Network. And that's what we called it when Mom and I first started reading the Bible, was Porch Church, because we
Yeah.
literally sat on our porch.
Mhm.
Then it grew into April, and then it grew into
Mhm.
having 30, 40 people watch my videos. So
Mhm.
it was like having a small congregation.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love some of the stuff that you post on there, and then sometimes when you're doing the live with your mom and reading, it's so calming. And he does it usually in the mornings, right? In the mornings, early in the
Mhm.
morning. It's like when you're getting ready for work, or when you're just you want to watch something in the morning. It's very, it's very. I feel really like when I hear it, somebody reading things that are written in the Bible, it gives me this kind of like inner peace. where it's really, I did plug also that link in the description too. It's something you might want to look into, especially when you're having a hard time, or especially when you're mad at God, which I have been. Not too not too long ago, I was also mad at God. But praying and listening to God's word, it's very helpful and calming, and gives you inner peace. So go ahead and do that. We have Hip Flip Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi, Bianca. Thank you, everyone that joined in. And is there something else you want to add to today? I want to thank you for joining us today, and thank you for coming in, spending your Valentine's Day with me. And I want to see if you want to add anything to before we head off.
As far as anything being added, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I was going to sing for everybody, but I'm so nervous I can't do it.
Do what?
I was going to sing for everyone, but
sing. You can do it.
No. You know what? I
What were you
may
going to
surprise everyone later, and
Okay.
I may sing.
What were you planning on singing?
I was actually going to sing "What'll I Do" by Irving Berlin.
Oh, I didn't even know you sing.
Let me say this. I like to sing. I can't sing well. But it is fun. I'm a professional shower singer.
Yeah. We all are. I'm a shower singer, shower crier. That's where all things happen in the shower. I think in the shower. I sometimes cry in the shower. I sometimes sing in the shower. Yeah. That's where all my, all the emotional things happen in the shower.
All right. So, for the sake of making a fool of myself.
Oh, you're not. Come on.
I will sing the first verse, and I'm going to sing it as though I was singing to a lover. It's Valentine's Day, so. Oh, gosh. Y'all put me on the spot. But you know what? As I sit here and think, I'm not going to see you guys on the street. So if y'all say anything about me, say it behind my back. Don't say it to my face. It'll kill me.
Don't be mean, guys. We're not professionals here. We're shower singers.
Okay. Let me find my inner diva. Okay. What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do?
That was wonderful. Great job. Show love, everyone.
That's my favorite song.
Well, throw those hearts up. Throw those hearts and show some love for Valentine's Day today. Put little few hearts in the chat. That was wonderful. Thank you, Casey. That was beautiful. And on that note, I want to say thank you again to Casey for coming in. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Thank you, everyone who joined in. I did plug both of Casey's links in there. One is to his YouTube channel, and one is to the Facebook page. Go ahead and subscribe to both, and please. This is what happens when you're live. You lose your train of thought. Please go support his channel and also his Facebook page. And I want to thank you all again, and thank you, Casey, for being here. I want to say goodbye to everyone.
I'm glad you had me today, Anita, and everyone, thank you for joining. I love you all.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day again.